Because you're already shutting down your child's sexuality before they can discover your child.
You're not going to put that label on him. I have a 2.5-year-old, and one of my biggest fears is something being put in front of him that he doesn't. Kids are meant to play. They're meant to learn. Keep all the other shit out.
Well, maybe the kids want to touch each other. Let them touch each other. Let's not go down.
Okay, hold on. You also said that. Hold on. We're going to come back to this, but you said you got involved with an older guy. You were together for 2 months, and the first night you guys hooked up, what happened?
We may have did a little too many drugs, and I got knocked up. I decided to have an abortion because I didn't want to have a kid. So imagine getting knocked up, and then you also get chlamydia from the guy. Like, that's just, like, crazy. Like, that baby could have had chlamydia. So, like, I was like, I'm going to abort this baby because I just feel like that's not in my morality to, like, bring a child into the world considering the current day that we are living. Like, this is not. Because then you have questions like this where it's like, if my child wants to be a boy or girl, like, it's better to just avoid that in all.
There's a photo on your Instagram of 2 glass butt plugs smushed into your face. You've had at least 1 admitted STD, 1 abortion, and you do drugs. I think the fair trade-off is if a man should be chivalrous, the woman should be virtuous. Red card for you. So kindly asking you to get up and leave.
This is Sparta!
Thank you for coming.
I just want to say that you make money off of. Be really proud of your life.
Sorry,
choices.
repeat it.
I said you make your money off of trolling women because you're trolling me, but you make your money off of trolling women over what they decide to do with their bodies. And you're transphobic and you're racist. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you got shot like Charlie Kirk.
Video, Nick.
She just really wanted attention. She's probably trying to like grow her.
She probably just doesn't like. She probably doesn't like the show, and she wanted to, try to sabotage it in some way, and
people uncomfortable and talk about.
Yeah, just make everybody uncomfortable and try to throw a wrench in it. I mean, I kind of, from the very early get-go with the yellow card, I knew that the kick was coming, but yeah. Okay.
Hasty George donated $200. Chair 4, talking about kids and them doing stuff to each other. Don't even joke about that, please.
Yeah, that.
Agreed.
I had a kicker there, so I was like, all right, she has some notes. Sorry that we didn't get this in, the TTS in before she got kicked off, but I had to get the kick in once. There was one other thing I had to do. Hold on.
Pasty George donated $200. And Chair 4, who just left, is what the next generations of women are turning into because of being infected and influenced by feminism.
Definitely think feminism is part of the reason.
That's also really weird. It's also a really weird take. Like, she was trying to like make some virtue stand that I'm a racist and transphobic when like the preceding statement was she was advocating for allowing children to be active
and to watch. She also stated she would be fine with her kids watching her be active online.
She said way too many things, and there's no way she thinks that way.
Kind of depends on the species of bear and the time of day. I mean, I guess it kind of again depends on the time of day. Like if we're going hypothetically, like generally, I guess
like afternoon when people usually hike.
Then like I really wish I could be like bear, but like a man, because
why would you wish to say bear?
Well, I've read it's 1 in 4, but I think it's a lot higher because every woman I know has been sexually assaulted, and a lot of men I know have also been sexually assaulted by men. Probably like 99.9%. That's like a very. Probably all of them. Even if it were in like unintentionally, like yeah. Well, I wouldn't be like, oh, like I wouldn't accuse them of that, but like I just think it's very, very common and unlikely that it wouldn't happen. you know?
Well, I've been on hikes and I've come across random men, but I haven't come across a bear yet. So I would say the man.
But that's a problem. That's
trauma.
what you think.
So you're saying that like every man that you pass on the street, you think they've sexually assaulted someone or would like to sexually assault you?
Not necessarily me, but women probably. Yeah. But also every woman outside of it that I've met has been sexually assaulted, and like a lot of men I have met have been sexually assaulted by men as well.
But to say that every single man on the planet has sexually assaulted somebody,
I'm
you
not
don't think
saying
that's
they-
outrageous? It's ridiculous.
Okay.
But like you're saying that like you think even like your father has done that and like your uncles and nephews and such.
I'm not going to accuse them again, but I'm just saying that it's probably like more likely than not. You know?
Everybody answer.
They all said man. First she said man, then she said I wish I could pick bear, and then she went on to say that she thinks like 99.9% of men are sexual predators.
I mean, but yeah, you don't know like
Based on her experiences and where she works,
Yeah.
and the people she surrounds herself with, I
Yes.
can understand where she comes to this
Yes.
conclusion,
Yes.
unfortunately.
I think also statistically though, like your point of view is supported, because you can fact check me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure 82% of like minors who get assaulted are women, and 90% of like assault cases are women, and like more than 95% of sexual assaulters are men.
Yeah, but this justification, even if it is the case, and mind you, a lot of these, these stats are misrepresented. They can oftentimes be false. But just for the sake of argument, I'll go ahead and grant that, yeah, men are overrepresented in certain crime statistics. Well, if by the definition, the criminal legal definition of rape prevents women from being deemed as committing that crime, while we as a society might say, well, somebody who's, like a woman who takes advantage of somebody, like we would call her a rapist. Criminally, it doesn't always work out that way. So if the crime of rape, you as the perpetrator have to penetrate them, then women, I guess technically, like if you were to stick, I don't want to get detailed. If you want to like put your finger, whatever, like if you penetrate somebody as a woman without their consent, under that circumstance, but like for example, made to penetrate wouldn't constitute rape.
Yeah.
It is the case in a lot of jurisdictions where women can't be found criminally liable, criminally guilty for
It's harder.
the crime. And so while it is in this, I'll grant it, while it might be true that men commit these crimes more frequently, a really, really small percentage of men commit these crimes. And I think it is bigotry to attribute to the group the behavior of a criminal minority of that group. In the same way, like for example, the other complexity here is it then creates the opening, I guess you could say, for racists to say, well, hold on. The difference is I would say, while we can acknowledge that crime statistics are true and that there are discrepancies between men and women, even between races, that I would never go, even though, for example, black people commit more violent crime than whites or Asians. I would never say, well, we should treat the entire group, we should treat this entire group and appraise them generally and appraise an individual black person who we don't know anything about as potentially being more violent. Does that make sense? Well, men commit these crimes more.
I just wanted to bring up the statistic that it is like a 90% plus statistic for like sexual assault, and that it's like committed by men. So like if you do take that into account, not saying that all men do this or that women can't be like sexual predators. I'm just saying that like I would understand why she has trust issues just based on like statistical, maybe her own experiences.
Sure. Or will you allow for exceptions to sexism and racism so long as somebody has personally been victimized and they can show you crime statistics?